As many of you know, we purchased this house 2 years ago, and when we bought it, we inherited a little grove of fruit trees here. I've made some other videos about them in the past, and I've gotten a lot of good responses on them with questions that I had and different issues that I was having, and today's no exception. I am having an issue right now, and it's related to the one peach tree I have here. If you take a look at it here, this tree is really leaning to the side. It's actually got a lot of fruit on it, which you can see here. But if you look down here, look how much that thing's leaning. You can see the trees behind it there. See how they're all in a line? And then you look at this one, and I'll show you the bottom part of it here. You can see how much that's coming out like that. Now, I've made videos, like I said, in the past on this, and this wasn't like this last year. It definitely wasn't leaning to the extent that it is now. And I think a major problem is that most of the foliage is growing on that side. See if I can step around here so you can see it a little better. You see how loaded this is over here? And then like this should be the dead center of the tree, and there's hardly anything there, but everything's growing over here. This is pretty much the main leader of the tree right there, growing all the way over into these other trees. And I'll show you down below here. You can see how that thing's basically just coming right over. And if I step back even further, you can probably see a better idea of how it lines up with these other ones. So there's the tree in front of me, and you can see 1, 2, and then the third one way tilted, and then the other one is fine. So I did some searching on the internet, and I really couldn't find what to do about this. My initial thought on correcting this was to maybe put a stake up through the middle of the tree, maybe like an 8-foot stake, and then take bungee cords or something kind of pliable and try to strap the tree up so I can bring it back to center if that's at all possible. But I really didn't want to do that without checking with someone that actually knows about these trees and if that's a good idea or not, or if it would even do anything. And then the other thing I was thinking about doing was, since most of the tree is leaning over this way, I thought maybe I could correct it when I prune this in the late winter by pretty much cutting the tree like right there and then trying to bring it back straight up. I mean, you're always going to have that lean there, but then it would kind of straighten itself out and go back up and maybe let the stuff grow off that. But it would really sacrifice a lot of this tree, and you can see a lot of the production on there would be gone. But I just really can't have this thing growing sideways. I'm really concerned that it's just going to eventually just uproot itself and fall over. So that brings me back to my original question. What should I do about this tree? I know there's a lot of people on here that are going to be able to help me out with this. I just have no idea, and I don't want to do the wrong thing. I'm not planning to really do anything unless I'm staking it, which I could do now, but if I prune it, it won't be until late winter. I usually do that like January, February, after most of the cold streaks have hit. So I do have some time for an answer on this. I know the answers probably aren't going to come right away, but hopefully someone can help me that knows a little bit about fruit trees and I can correct this. But the rest of the trees are doing well, and hopefully I can get this one back to being straight up again. So thanks for watching, and I'll look for your answers soon, hopefully.